Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining.
15 souls. Pops up a well played and walks up to the high ground into certain death. Saxa nearby gets the shards off. The bounce isn't good enough though. And Wee goes down from 15 souls to 8. Difficult against lineup. Attempts a pull, won't be able to get it. Misery now inbound. Saxa nearby as well. Only level 1 though on the Tusk. Does catch the shards, and they do have the Ether Shock. That'll finish off Swindles. So response to the first blood added here by Thunderbirds and square things up 1. Yeah. Will, good call as Z-Freak makes his find in what would otherwise be a difficult lane. And the second death of the game, albeit one pre-minute 0 for Wee. Still hurtful for the Shadow Fiend. Charge going to be scouted briefly by Saxa. Oh, actually Invis Rune on Z-Freak. So bottom lane, in he goes. Misery could be in a little bit of trouble here. One bash should net his kill, but they don't get that lucky. They will end up getting the Orb of Venom to tick him out. Rezo, tanky. They should have been able to chase him down regardless with the overwhelming odds. Hopefully at parity with Resolution, but Timber with just his level 6 to some extent feels like he can get a little more done. And then his counterpart, the Lycan, body blocks mid lane from Z-Freak. The second bash going to come out. Now Wee in trouble with the goo. He's going to drop here. More than likely turns to try and go for the hill and will get it, but no experience as Z. Rezo having a fine time, but no real kill potential for this Radiant safe lane. And Swindles, you know, not the hero that you want to be able to get all this farm here on. With the DD rune and the Howl, they will jump in for beautiful charged up snowball by Saxa. Timing it, waiting for the charge on Z-Freak. I talked about his sort of affinity for this hero earlier on. And show it there, able to dodge the... Z-Freak is a charging. Could come back to bite him in the rear here. Moo. 3 levels in the reactive armor, so can kind of dive deep, but 1 level in the chain, and looks like try and battery assault, keep them bay. It seems like if Moo perhaps just reacted a little bit quicker, they may have gotten the kill there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Get body blocked up, and Orb of Venom is there as well. In towards the shrine, gets the bash as well. Misery low on mana. Oh, the overwhelming odds. The Orb of Venom tick again. Second time in the game. Gonna get them. Good item, right? And Z-Freak, he should be just fine to make it out here, barring a great play from Saxa. Saxa low on mana for any sort of attempt at that. And worse for wear are done in early game. Maybe the one silver lining thus far for Thunderbird side. Wee's recovered decently in the way of CS 44. And Demon. Yeah, caught top lane. One more right click, finds the kill. Had the rocket flare as well if he needed it, but economic play from Moon, and that solo kill will put him very close to his hook shot milestone. That Complexity are going to want to fight early, so it remains to be seen if he'll be able to get enough items to counteract that by the time Complexity are ready and willing. Saxa in Viz room, looking at Firo here. Firo turns around, cops a Shadow Raise to the face, and will think twice. Freak is able to another. Charge in now in towards Z-Freak. Now they're thinking of this duel. Certainly. Overwhelming odds goes out. Oh, nice turn and Hex. Duel is there now, and Moo's going to come in. He's going to get it with the chain through. Saxa could be in a lot of trouble too. Goes for the TP. The chain will finish him off. Double kill for the Timber Saw.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
Windows ends up with the last hit on the tower. Z-Freak right back to work. Looking at Wee mid lane, who does have an arcane rune. And Moon gets another solo kill on Demon in the meantime. Somewhat inconsequential. He ends up using his hook shot for it. Z-Freak in trouble now. Wee mid lane. Doesn't charge up the Requiem. Going to be economic about it, and a couple of raises will... But T-Birds won't bite. Mid lane, though, Firo could be in a little bit of trouble. At least they're going to look to secure this tower here. We will be able to do so. Hex goes out. But maybe we just thinking it's a little too difficult to go in on this Bristle back. However, Moon is going to find the hook shot over to the east. Battery Assault from the front side. Ether Shock is there as well. Raise and one more tick. Moon able to find the kill on a big target. Swindle's rotating in. Gets hexed up. Charge coming through. Those shards are going to be there, but it doesn't block back Swindle's second dual win of the game for the Legion Commander. Z-Freak able to make it out of the cogs. Does get mana burned up, though. Now we able to dodge the chakram, but the Chaotic Offering going to go out behind him. He gets the kill beforehand, though, on Swindles with the raise, and it's essentially a great trade for Thunderbirds. Dragonlance, Aquila Treads, and the Sands. Very stat-heavy build. Very tanky SF. Overwhelming Onzo hits him big. Jump forward from Swindle's. Going to look for the duel, and Moo going to come in with the chakram to pull back. They'll get the duel win, but it's just Aegis at this point. They have the Chaotic Offering. Saxa is nearby. He's going to pop up the Sigil, go into the Snowball. Requiem is not going to be canceled in time by the Chaotic Offering. The right click out finds Z-Freak, and now the punch in the backlines. Firo, though, he can kill off Wee, and Moo is nearby, able to do so. Chakram now down from the high ground onto Moon. Serpent Wards and the Ether Shock, they do end up finding that Bristleback, and the Lycan will clean up the Warlock on the north side. Moo now making it over towards the east. There is a shrine here, though, so he really can't just fight this. Swindle's inbound with the overwhelming odds, kills off the Wolf. Yeah, they do have the medallion as well up on Saxa, so can just throw that on Wee, make it a sword crest. Eventually Swindle's going to get caught with the snowball, and now the hook back in is going to connect onto Wee, unfortunately for Moon. Wee, though, still standing strong. Moo trying to get inbound towards him. Rezo going to pop up the shapeshift on the east, and the shackle onto Moo's Timbersaw. Wee now standing and fighting his ground. Meanwhile, on the south, they do find the kill on the Shadow Shaman. Wee in trouble. Couple of more quills should bring him down. Rezo goes for the backlines and does end up getting the Warlock, but that's all she wrote for this Lycan. A lot of physical damage remains, but he will negate effectively the timber at that point. Jump forward, charge, gives the vision onto Saxa, and the duel is there for Swindle. Swindle's having a good one thus far on his Legion Commander. 54 dual damage in his pockets. False positive here, not catching anyone for T-Birds. They are backing up to the high ground. Swindle's going to jump in. He finds maybe the wrong target, gets Yulesed up. Chaotic Offering will be there. Wee still under the cover of Blade Mail, but the charge cancels the Requiem again. Now the duel is gotten off onto Wee, but Wee is just going to win it and get himself some free damage. Meanwhile, Moo in the backlines takes a lot of damage. He's going to end up dropping too. Firo in the front lines. Rezo still nearby. Gets the courier in the meantime. Wee in trouble, does end up going down, but it looks like T-Birds may clean this one up. Firo still standing strong, and actually with the goo, Rezo can't chase him down. Warp incoming! Oh, the hook though. It looked good at the start for T-Birds, but they don't have Weehaw, and if they don't have Wee, they don't have damage. Jump in from Moo and Swindles to counteract. Firo low, but not dead. Yeah, would be odd for sure. Moo, 17 bloodstone charges, even after that death, and now Swindles jumping forward, looking for Saxa, and they really have the Yules here, and the Hex. But Saxa, does he end up going down regardless? Snowball, and does end up dropping. They get Swindles for it. Yeah, it's definitely worth the Swindles trade. Still though, Aegis in the hand of T-Bird. Demon just gets right clicked down by Wee. Optimistic TP for him. Got is gonna find a demon once again, as it has almost all gaming. Swindles goes for the duel, and Rezo chops him to bits. Now we jumping forward, looking for Z-Freak, gets a couple right clicks off. Shard's not going to catch anyone. Rezo not able to get the last right click off, and the Nether Strike comes back in to keep him in place. Z-Freak does end up dropping for it. Lycan saved by the snowball for the time being. Can Firo chase him down? He's going to get sharded in once again. They have the buff and the wards. Resolution still surviving. Moo nearby misses the chakram, tries to pull it back, is gonna get shackled up. Cogs are gonna be there as well. Rezo, they can't bring him down. Aegis on the deck. Misery looks like he may drop in the backlines, but the Yules from Moon keeps Moo up in the air. Now the Hex gets off. Requiem is there as well. Snowball finishes off the Timber Saw. Resolution, he's got another shapeshift available. Shard's unfortunate bounce though for the oh, gets hexed up. Looks like he'll be brought down. And they hook the backlines as well. Swindle Melons unable to counter initiate Moo. Not sure if that was in bottom lanes. For the north side, we'll get a ward down, and he's going to get charged up. Gets a blink out, but he's in no man's land right now. Do they look to initiate down to the south? He gets the Yules off and the Hex onto Z-Freak. Now Firo, he might be in trouble here. Is all off by his lonesome. Saxa nearby gets caught with the chakram. Will get the snowball off in time and is able to punch up the bristleback. Meanwhile, Moon brings down Z-Freak. Z-Freak gonna buy back immediately. Wee gets off the Requiem barely before the chaotic offering again. Hookshot is not gonna land for Moon. They get up towards the Shine and reset does Complexity, but Swindles has been brought down in the meantime. Roche very low. They'll get the Aegis, or they'll get the Roche. Aegis is gonna be taken by Rezo. Now blink up towards the high ground. Shards are gonna keep Z-Freak back, chain away from Moo. And Hookshot not going to find anyone for Moon, but the Walrus Punch into the air goes the Spirit Breaker. That's a dieback for him. Hex now out, and the Yule Scepter onto Moo's Timber. He will go through the Lycan of Resolution, but Moon finds another Hookshot with his Ags on the backline. Complexity though. They'll take the lower hanging fruit in the Warlock, and now Saxa going to blink forward. Does have a snowball in just a second. Hookshot is there onto Moon. They'll get him down. 50 seconds, no Timber Saw. Cog bounce back into the Shards and the Shackle. Saxa with a Walrus Punch. And 5 heroes for coL on the sideline. They're going to buy back Wee's Shadow Fiend and Resolution. Do have the Howl available. They will now pop it as the Glyph expires. Everyone, though, rather unhealthy here for the T-Bird side. They'll take the tier 3. We'll see how long they end up committing here. Moo taking a lot of right-click damage from Wee. Wee gets Halbearded up. Looks like he was potentially healed by the cheese. Now that Saxa and Misery take a big overwhelming odds, Saxa going to end up getting chained and brought down. Rezo. And Thunderbirds now well within their grasp at the end of this game. Moon again going to find himself a Moo mid lane. Couple of right clicks with the MKB. And yeah. They do end up getting the Battery Assault as well as the MKB procs to cancel the charge. And 2 right clicks from the low ground. Demon ends up dropping 3 buybacks in the previous fight. So that's the 4th one off the table. Swindles does have his available. Remains to be seen if that's even nearly enough, as there's still an Aegis in the hands of Rezo. He's got a shapeshift available. He will get Halbearded up. Wee does have the Silver Edge in just a second. He'll drop it. Then they hook up Firo. They will be able to purge off the... Well, they'll purge early, actually. The break's still there. And now jump forward. Duel is going to be found onto Rezo. The snowball save, though, dodges both that and the chaotic offering from Saxa. And they will continue to press forward. Shrines are not. Rezo still have an Aegis in hand on this Lycan, as they'll chase down the last remaining Complexity player in Z-Freak. GG going to be called. And after what looked like a pretty good early game and good early mid game for Complexity, at one big fight in the mid lane where they could not kill Rezo, huge swing for T-Birds. They bring it back